Well, sure is a rough time being a Dragonite fan right about now. And it's all because of the Pokemon Journeys Anime. I already have my gripes with this, but of course, with me being a huge Dragonite fan and what the writers are basically doing to treat him, yeah, I am not quite happy with that. And I'm pretty sure there's so many other Dragonite fans out there that probably feel the same frustration and irritation that I do after watching several of those last episodes that happened with the Masters 8. I don't know what happened with this season in particular. Does one of the writers have a vendetta or like a hate boner against Dragonite or something? Because it seems to me that every time a Dragonite makes an appearance in the anime as of late, it loses its battle miserably, or barely does anything to really showcase its strength. Might as well just go down the list, because I have several examples to talk about. My first example is Lance's Dragonite. Now, I will give it credit for getting 1 KO in the beginning of that battle, but that whole thing with it Dynamaxing was entirely pointless and very disappointing. It didn't really do that much, and of course, as soon as the Dynamax ran out, it was game, set, and match. There was no way that Dragonite was going to win against a Mega Gardevoir. Well, because it's a Mega Evolution, and a Fairy type. Honestly, on a side note, I think that showcase is more of a Megas are better than Dynamax sort of gripe more than anything else. At least that's how it was to me, and it's unfortunate that Dragonite was the one who got destroyed. And that whole thing with Lance's Dragonite was one of the most disappointing things I've ever seen because it definitely did not live up to its true potential. Now on to the more frustrating example. Iris's Dragonite. Oh my god, where do I begin with this? I would have to say it's not only Journeys that people are pointing out with Iris's Dragonite be a complete failure, but it seems like, and this is like a meme at this point, ever since Iris's Dragonite actually became obedient to Iris and actually listened to her, it took literally non-stop L's ever since then. Someone posted on Twitter every single loss that it got up until then with no wins. Including in the Journeys anime, where it lost absolutely horribly to a Dracovish. Yeah, I understand. It has a time for weakness to ice. However, anyone remember Dawn's Mamoswine, where it took multiple ice beams to the fucking face and still won? Yeah, I do. So how does it lose to a Dracovish that was literally just brought back to life like a day ago? And don't even get me started with that whole Milotic fight. Oh my god, I knew that would... I already knew in the trailer it was going to lose right from the beginning, just because, well, in the future example with Ash's Dragonite, I had a feeling that it was going to happen just based on that alone. But I thought it was going to lose to, like, an ice-type attack or something. No, it goes down in one of the most pathetic ways possible. Just sits there and just takes a disarming voice and just gets headbutted in the head with Iron Head. Like, since when did Iris's Dragonite become such a pussy? It went from one of the strongest Dragonite I've ever seen to one of the most pathetic ones I've ever seen. And it actually hurts and enrages me to watch that. Like, you don't even know, like, how unbelievably frustrating it was to watch that Milotic fight. And it wasn't just me. A lot of people who aren't even Dragonite fans said that was extremely painful to go through. And my word for you, Iris, retire that damn thing, please. It's literally, that's probably one of the main reasons why you lost. It's because of that. Let's be real. If it didn't lose to Milotic, it would have got its ass chewed apart by Mega Garchomp. Guaranteed. And now moving on to one of the other things that I still don't even understand why it's happening, is Ash's Dragonite. Now, Ash's Dragonite is an interesting one, because it has won a lot of battles in the past, and has shown its full potential. It won against a Mega Lucario, which is probably one of the biggest underdog upset matches I've ever seen. I voted for Mega Lucario in that fight, and I was dead wrong. So how is it losing to, like, a Flygon very easily now? Like, what the actual hell? I don't even understand what's going on, but me personally, like, it seems like the writers are just using Dragonite to purposely lose, just so either Lucario or Gengar can just pick up the slack for him and look better. That might be a bit of a stretch, but that's how I truly feel about that. Especially was really, really apparent in that Paul fight. Dragonite was only thrown in there to get flawless by Garchomp to make the fight more even so Gengar could look better. You cannot tell me that's not how that went. It's what's funny, I predicted Dragonite was going to lose before I even knew Paul sent out Garchomp. But then once Garchomp came out, I already knew the deal was sealed. There was absolutely no way. And one of the things that really, really boils my blood is the fact that Ash actually knew how to use Dragonite back then in the past. Playing more defensively, using Dragon Dance, and using unique moves with it. Now all of a sudden he's just charging blindly in the battle, using reckless offense, and getting his ass destroyed every time. What is this writing? I don't even understand. Do the writers not even look at their past episodes? How do you go from, tactics that work to now just being a complete dumbass? Oh my god, it's so disgraceful to Dragonite. Because, the earlier episodes showcase how powerful he was and how capable he was. But these past several episodes, before, the couple battles with Ash's Dragonite before the tournament were absolutely rigged for him to lose, and he acted like a complete nonsensical idiot. And then Lance's was a complete disappointment, and Iris's go back to being a Dratini, because honestly, I think I've seen actual Dratini fight better than you. Still, it frustrates me to no end, and I have a feeling it's going to frustrate a lot of other Dragonite fans out there as well, because we all know how capable Dragonite is. He's not a perfect Pokemon by any means, I'm not saying that, but these non-stop losses are really ruining his reputation, to the point where people on Twitter are actually forming, actual hate campaigns against Dragonite, especially after the Iris's loss. I mean, to be fair, I don't blame you, that was a really pathetic defeat, but this is, Dragonite's, capability in battle and reputation is literally plummeting because of this horrible writing, and it frustrates me, and I don't even want to know. If Ash ever I'm recording this before the Masters 8 concludes, actually right before Ash battles Steven. To my knowledge, Dragonite is not used in that battle because I didn't see him in the trailer, so good. I'm actually afraid of that thing coming back out again because I don't want him to get his ass destroyed again. It's humiliating. I'm not ashamed to be a Dragonite fan, but oh my god, it's just painful to watch. I can't. And I don't even want to know what the finals of that Masters tournament's going to be, because my vote is that Leon and Ash are going to battle. What the hell happens if Dragonite is the reason why Ash loses? You can bet your sweet behind that the hate campaigns for Dragonite will be so massive that you might want to hide your fandom of Dragonite for a few years. Let's just say that. Perhaps I'm overreacting about that, but I've seen hate campaigns go on before against certain Pokemon, and they're not pretty. And I really don't want that fate to happen to Dragonite. The fact that the beginning of Journeys boosted his popularity and made him so likable, especially with that Ash's Dragonite's personality and that trip to the Dragonite Island, it was amazing. And it's ever since Lucario got the star of the show, it just seems like Dragonite is just either non-existent or just there just to purposely lose so a better Pokemon can take its space and just prove that it's better than them. I'm not blaming Lucario 100%. I'm blaming the writers, obviously, but it just seems like they're really huge Lucario fans, or they just really despise Dragonite out of nowhere, and I don't even know what it is. But either way, hopefully Ash's Dragonite can redeem itself in the Masters 8. Just at least get a KO or something. Stop going down so easily and stop getting flawless and at least freaking do something, because if I see him get destroyed one more time without getting a single hit in, it's gonna make me go absolutely insane. But I guess no matter what the outcome, I'll still be a huge Dragonite fan. That will never ever change, because if you're that loyal to a Pokemon for over 2 decades, nothing's gonna make you stop liking them, you know. However, with that being said, I'm preparing for whatever the Masters 8 throws at me. And speaking of preparing, It's probably a good idea to start building that Twitter riot shelter in my backyard.